Judgments are funny, right? Judgments, or how you view, or like the thoughts that come to your mind, right? Judgments and frames of mind by my hair. Turned on the camera, hair's like this, you get a certain impression. My hair's like this, you get a certain impression. Hair's like this, you get a certain impression. My hair's like this, you get a certain impression. My hair's whatever the fuck, you get a certain impression. But it's funny, right? Expectations, expressions, all of that, how that works inside your head without you really being aware of how or why it's working inside your head. But impressions, expectations, and how we view one another, and how no one's really ever fully free from that. And it's almost like this thought prison that we're all caught in 24/7. Don't know why I find my shadow amusing, but I do. So I just got through watching a video by Fake Sagan, or I still call him Fake Sagan, as a lot of people still do, or Fakey, but called Incels. Modernity has failed us, I think the video was called. And I just found, those are the type of videos that I enjoy watching the most on YouTube. Is just someone turning on a camera and talking for fucking half an hour. No script, no premeditated lines, just the mind just talking into a camera. But yeah, I found the whole video pretty interesting. I could tell it was an emotional video. And the last, like, and I appreciate when people share part of themselves like that out in the open, in the GooTube verse. But the last 3-4 minutes kind of just stuck with me. And about that person who I'm not too familiar with his name, but who killed himself last year on a live stream. He ended up shooting himself in the head with a shotgun or something along those lines. But and there was this one line that kind of stuck with me, where when Fakey said, the look in his eyes, he just looked like he was ready. And he was just ready to go. And he said something to the effect of, I don't really know why it stuck with me, or why I give so much of a fuck, because it's not like I actually knew the person or knew the guy. But for whatever reason, it just stuck with me. And lately, I find myself in this ever whirling, never ending cycle of either giving way too much of a fuck or not giving a fuck at all. And there's no middle ground. The cup is either overflowing with fucking water, or the cup is just fucking empty, dry, and there's nothing in there. And I don't know why, or Like how it got to this, I don't know. It's just really strange. I find myself, like I said, either fully investing all of my being into something, or I just don't want anything to do with it at all. So it's either 100% or 0%. There's no loading, there's no circle swirling and swirling, and there's not an influx of much. It's just really strange. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if taking this shit for like a third of my life, which is it's anti-seizure medication. It's not fucking Xanax or Prozac or some crazy shit like that. They're both anti-seizure medication. I have been living with grand mal epilepsy for a third of my life, and I'll be 33 years old this summer. So probably be a little over 10 years. I don't know. I don't know if the medication it gives me these like. It's like what do you want? You want to have an epileptic seizure every hour, or do you just want to be void of all human emotion? Pick your poison. Pick your poison, bro. Which one do you want? Do you want to chew off your tongue and bite the inside of your mouth, or do you want to just be void of all human emotion? Pick your poison. Pick your poison. It's just really strange. I don't know. I can't really be on any antidepressants, nor do I want to be on antidepressants, because fuck that. No. And even if I wanted to, I can't. It's not recommended for someone who suffers. When I say suffers, like I'm like, poor little me. But you know what I mean. Someone who deals with grand mal epilepsy on a day-to-day basis. Not that I have a seizure every day, but living with a condition like epilepsy is a 24/7. It's a 24/7 ordeal. It's not something that goes away or something that like, hey, I haven't had a seizure in a week. It, things are. I mean, it's always nice, but it's not. It's not something that ever goes away. It's always. I feel like Clarice and Hannibal when she's like, he's always with me, like a bad habit. She's like, I don't know, I just can't help it. But yeah, I was like going somewhere with this, but all in all, it's just a video where, like I said, I just got through watching a fake Sagan video, and I found it really interesting. I appreciate him sharing a slice of his life with the GooTube universe. I respect that. And yeah, it's just crazy how lately it's either just all or nothing when it comes to these dumb, stupid emotions behind these eyes. And it's to go back to the cup analogy, it's either overflowing with water and it won't stop, or it's just a dry fucking cup. And it's just strange. It's just weird. Like, I find myself kind of what Fakey had said about. It's like, I don't even know why I give so much of a shit if I didn't even really know the guy personally. Yet I still do. Like, I still care. And that's my problem with society or humanity. It's like I care too much, yet it's like, why in the hell do I even care to begin with? Care about yourself, fix yourself, and all that stuff. Yet it's like, if I don't care about the direction of humanity as a whole, then I feel like a fucking dick. I feel like an asshole for not giving a shit. So if I feel entitled to give a shit, because if I'm just a fucking apathetic, overflowing with apathy asshole, then I feel like an even fucking bigger asshole. And it's like, how can I not care about all this madness and all this shit that's going on in the world? Like, how do I not care? And then it goes back to the humanism 101, and work on yourself, worry about yourself, do what makes you happy, do what makes you I don't know, some kind of creative outlet, or paint, or learn a song on the guitar, or even just simple shit like go out and go jog, or shoot some hoops, or just something. Do something. Like Freddie Quills, like, just do something. Do something. Just do something. I think I'm just gonna have to take Freddie Quill's advice from the film The Master, and just do something. Just do something. But yeah, empathy and apathy. And it's like, sometimes I get the words mixed up in my head, and I'm like, is it empathy or apathy? And I'm like, wait, apathy starts with the A, asshole starts with an A. So apathy is asshole. Empathy is the opposite of being an asshole. So if you ever get the two confused, just remember that asshole starts with A, apathy starts with A, and being apathetic makes you somewhat of an asshole. Maybe not 100% of the time, but 9 times out of 10, right? I'd say having zero empathy for humanity. It's just strange, and the direction that society is going, and what's something that makes me really, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Something that makes me really, like, just overflowing with like how did we get here? Like, why is this even happening? Why can't a fucking like supermassive black hole just like swallow all of just the entire fucking Milky Way galaxy and just be done with it? And it's just overflowing with like empathy is when I see the 45th president of the United States and the shit that he writes on Twitter. And I don't follow the motherfucker or anything like that, but sometimes people like retweet some shit that he, whether it's always him, I don't really think it is. I think I don't want to go off into a conspiracy nut job bullshit. That's not what this is about. But sometimes I read the shit that people retweet. Donald Trump fucking retweets. And it's like, man, this is just written whether it's him or not, like 100% of the time, whether it's him or not, it's like this shit's just written just to prick at people's fucking emotions and feelings. It's not necessarily something he truly believes in or something that he truly like is passionate about. It's just picking at people's fucking emotions, and whoever's running that little game, like, they've mastered the art of doing that in American culture, and it's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. Like, I look back in awe. Like an outhouse, a fucking toilet, a fucking hole in the fucking sewage fucking drainage, like, stands in awe of how full of shit 45 is. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I just so yeah, I just wanted to thank Fakey for sharing that video that he made entitled "The Incels." I forgot the entire name of the video, but I'll put it in the description for anyone who wants to watch a 33-minute old school type of video. And that's pretty much what inspired me to just turn on the camera and talk, because I was like, hey, Fakey made a 33-minute video, so will I. So, yeah. This is where we're at, right, in 2019. It's like, hey, there's no one available at the moment to converse with or have a conversation, so let's just turn on the all-seeing AI eye. The AI eye. Yeah, let's just turn on the all-seeing AI eye and talk into the camera. I wonder if that can be labeled a form of schizophrenia. Well, not really, but it's just crazy. But it had to come to this, right? Regardless, if there's an infinite spectrum of time, then somewhere in time, there has to be a moment where you push a button and a collection of atoms records a flesh and bone collection of atoms trying to make sense of the world around him or herself to further understand the eternal, ever never-ending evolution of what it means to be a human being, what it means to exist, what it means to just contemplate ideas in your head. And if there's no one else around to hear them, let's turn on the camera and hope that eventually somebody does, right? Well, maybe not hope, in a sense of, I mean, whether this gets 2 views or 2,000 views, it doesn't really negate or change the fact of why I turned on the camera in the first place. So that will already be etched in stone, I suppose. But so yeah, at 20 minutes, I'll shut off the camera. And if you made it at the end of this video, thanks for watching. And I just want to thank any and every human being who has ever picked up a drumstick, a guitar pick, a bass, an amp, any and every one of you motherfuckers who has ever recorded music and put it out into the world for the world to just interpret it and have it as a keepsake and their own personal meaning in this life. Anyone who's ever picked up any musical instrument and made music, um, you're a fucking beautiful human being. Just want to say that if you've ever picked up a musical instrument and recorded albums for the masses, you're a fucking beautiful creature. You're you're a beautiful walking, talking, breathing, fucking warm-blooded mammal for putting yourself out there into the world. Thank you.